Yeah. So I was watching like Wizards of Waverly Place, and it was like kind of like the new reboot that they made. You know, it's like really kind of, and I'm like watching it, and I'm like, there's something off about this. Like, it looks like a Disney cartoon, like Disney sitcom, and it like talks like and I realized like why I don't like it, and it's the same reason I didn't like any of those Disney sitcoms. That the dialogue was so like unnatural. It was like, I don't know, like they talk like every like sentence that comes out of these characters' mouths is like a setup of it for a joke. And it's like most sitcoms are like that, and it's like the forced laugh track for the jokes too, where it's like the jokes aren't even that funny. Like they're literal like dad jokes most of the time. Like the most safe, inoffensive jokes possible. And like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I'm like very picky, I guess, when it comes to dialogue. Like I like dialogue that sounds natural, but also is like not too like bland and stale. That like none of the like fucking like none of the none of the actual like what they're saying doesn't feel like it's being read off a script. But it's like most of these sitcoms, you can tell they're just reading off the script. Like that's the same issue I kind of have with like shows like, even though I like the shows like the Goldbergs, you know, I grew up loving that show as a kid. Like some of the dialogue in the Goldbergs, even though it doesn't have a laugh track, just feels way too sanitized and squeaky clean. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I grew up with like internet, with like the internet and stuff. I grew up on like really like disturbing Flash animations and stuff. And like shows like SpongeBob or SpongeBob, which isn't like violent or disturbing, but had like the jokes kind of like, I don't know, they made sense in context of the situation that they were in. Like they're called situational comedies, but most of the jokes don't apply to the situation at all. It's just a random joke that just happens. Like take a show like The Simpsons, bro. The Simpsons, like all the jokes lead into like all the, they like have a setup. They all have like a strong setup and punchline. And like this show, this new Wizards of Waverly Place show does not have setups or punchlines. It just says like quippy dialogue. It's the same problem with the fucking Marvel movies. It's like Marvel movies have too much quippy dialogue and not enough actual clever humor. Like, I think the only one that had clever humor was, like, Deadpool. But even Deadpool, it was, like, one-liners. Like, it was, like, constant one-liners. And, like, just, like, talkative. And I don't know. I'm kind of a hypocrite because I'm a talkative bitch. I've been talking for, like, 3 minutes. But, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, just the dialogue in, like, a show like animated sitcoms are way better than most live action sitcoms. Like animated sitcoms, they don't try to like sound sophisticated and smarter than you. They don't try to lecture the audience, and they and they don't like try to set up jokes, every line to set up a good joke that has no context to the story. Like Family Guy is fun. Like something like Family Guy is like funny in small doses. Like Family Guy has that same type of sitcom. Like you can tell it's inspired by sitcoms, like live action sitcoms. So it has that same type of humor, where like the jokes just are random, don't really correlate with the situation at all. Like I don't know, like taking like a show like Clone High. That show is random and stuff, but it also has like a lot of the jokes also but kind of like fit the situation that they're in. Like it's not just like a random joke like a random reference to like a fucking like celebrity or something. Like that one scene from Jesse where he's talking about like One Direction fan fiction. Like, what? That doesn't have anything to do with the show at all. Like, they do a joke, like in Clone High, they do a joke about like they do a joke about like the plane scene, like the plane, like this trope in like teen soap operas and teen like dramas where someone's like flying away, the love of their life is like flying away from them, like on like a plane, and they're like they just like, do the joke a couple times, and it's like, and it has something to do with the episode, because in the episode, like Cleopatra like leaves for like France or something, and it's like Cleo, and then it's like just like they keep doing that joke, and like eventually like they do like they make a Buddy Holly reference, but the Buddy Holly reference isn't actually like random. It actually like it actually has like a tie to the actual like event, to the events in the show, into like actual historical events that like makes sense within the context of the reference, because like Buddy Holly literally died in a plane crash, so of course like they're like, the joke is like, Buddy Holly, don't get on that plane. And it's like, that actually makes sense in context of the fucking story. Unlike a lot of sitcom shows, like a lot of live action sitcoms, where it's like, it's just a random joke, like random quippy dialogue, sounds smart to like LA hack writers, but doesn't actually like correlate with the episode of this, like the story, like the structure of the story. Like sometimes like random humor is funny, but it still needs like, you still need like a setup, you know? You can't just, it has to make some sort of sense. It can't just be like, I don't know, like oh yeah, like, oh, this character is like, you know, this character is like in the store, and like, oh, like here's a Terminator reference for no reason, like, or something, like here's a drug reference for no reason, like it should be, it's like more like, oh, he's at the farm, he's like, oh, he's at the pharmaceutical, and they make a reference to like Requiem for a Dream, because like that's about drugs, and like the Simpsons episode, like the Simpsons pharmaceutical drugs, they play White Rabbit because that song's literally about getting high, and that episode's about getting high on pharmaceuticals, you know? It's not just random like Terminator reference in the middle of a movie for no reason, in the middle of the episode for no reason. It's like, I don't know. I've been ranting for like 8 fucking minutes. But like, I think I'm going to just stop talking. But I don't know. Like, I just don't like sitcom dialogue at all. It just feels completely unnatural. Like, it doesn't feel like they're actually having a conversation. It feels like they're like just waiting for the next joke to say. Like, I like take a show like Beavis and Butthead. That show was like got the most retarded humor like of all time. Most random stupid humor. But the dialogue feels real, because that's how like actual fucking teenagers talk. They're like, hey, boobs. I wanna get laid, bro. Like, yeah. Like Mike Judge actually understood. Like, that's why King of the Hill is so good. Like, I love King of the Hill, because the dialogue actually feels natural. It feels more natural than these live action sitcoms, like the ones with real people, because like it's animated, so they're not scared. They're not like fucking scared to alienate people who don't like their characters to be too mean, like, or weird. Like, it feel like King of the Hill is legit, like, it feels like they're having actual conversations at times. And, like, it feels like some of the dialogue would have been improvised, but it's not. And it's like that show Downtown, MTV's Downtown, literally, like, literally has, like, improvised dialogue. And it feels natural. It feels like an actual, like, conversation is being had between these characters, and not just, like, fucking, oh, random setup for a joke. Laugh, monkey, laugh. Yeah, anyway, I mean, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know, I feel like some people just do not care that much about the quality of a show. They'll just put it on for, like, background noise. Because, like even as a kid, I did not like I did not like the traditional sitcom at all. Like, I don't like the setup structure at all. I don't like the character dynamics. Like, I can't watch Friends. Like, I literally would get bored of Friends in, like, 5 minutes. Because, like, it's gonna be just, like, a bunch of, like, laugh track, fucking unnaturally stinted dialogue, and, like, characters that go nowhere. Like, no character progression of any kind. And, like, I don't know. Like, I like Seinfeld. Seinfeld's, like, the one traditional sitcom that I like. Because the dialogue, it feels natural. It feels like they're having a conversation with you, you know? It's like, it's literally not like, oh. It's really not like, like, here's, like, random joke, and, like, frickin', like, non sequitur, like, in the middle of the episode that has nothing to do with the plot in any way or whatsoever. And, like, I don't know, like, I've heard that Always Sunny actually uses the sitcom formula in a funny way. Like, the sitcoms without laugh tracks, the modern sitcoms appeal to me way more for that reason. Because, like, they actually don't have to have, like, wait for the laugh track to play before they say something else. It's like an RPG. That's why I don't like RPGs either. Because it's like, you literally have to wait your turn for combat. Like, what the hell? It's like they're, like, waiting turns. Like, that's not natural at all. I like games that have free-flowing movement. Like actual, like, real time, like, time, like, actual, like, movement. Like, I like freaking, like, combat games and, like, action games and fighting games where it's, like, the movement actually, like, corresponds with the button you press. But that's another rant, I guess, for another day. But, like, the sitcom style is just, like, so dated, bro. It's completely dated. It does not need to, like sitcoms need to take more inspiration from shit like Malcolm in the Middle, where it's, like, the dialogue and action actually, like, the dialogue actually, like, feels like people are actually having a conversation and not just waiting for their lines. Like, the thing that's one of the things I don't like about, like, modern stuff too, is that modern movies, is that every movie it feels like they're just, like, trying to, like, get as many quips in as possible, where it's like, just tell the story, and like, to make the jokes make sense, like, actually have clever dialogue and jokes, like freaking, like, a show like Xavier Renegade Angel is, like, random, trippy, weird shit, but at least, like, the dialogue makes sense. Like, it makes sense. It's so weird and outlandish that it kind of makes sense in its own twisted logic, where it's like, it's not just, like, some random reference to a celebrity. It's, like, more like, oh, here's, like, a philosophical concept, and let's, like, deconstruct it and put it in, like, and, like, push it to its natural conclusion, its natural extreme. And, like, that's what I think. Not too many people don't actually, like, take ideas and put them to their natural, like, logical conclusion. like they're extreme. Like they just accept the idea as true and like go along with it without even fucking thinking about what they're actually thinking, what they actually believe. And it fucking annoys me. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna stop ranting. If this gets made into a YouTube video, then I think it's not gonna get any views, because like I'm like just a loser who just cares too much about topics. Now my brother's playing guitar, so in the other room. So I hope you don't. It's not too distracting or whatever. Anyway, I'm just gonna end it here.